Standing on the banks of the Mekong. As you can see, the river flows. It's a stream. It's like energy, the current, guided by the banks, just like currency. Wednesday, September 7, 2011. 3 new clocks, all synchronized to the Casio. Well everyone, this is just a quick update on the situation of what could be called the passage of Elenin. It's on September 3rd that things went a little unusual, and as you see the times I took in the morning, this is on the Casio, the NACO, and what I call the cube clock. They're all so far out from what they should have been that I put question marks there just because it didn't seem to make any sense. Okay, so let's scroll down and I'll show you what the chart was looking like. As you can see, it was just completely off the charts. I mean, these have been the slowdowns we've had. So I recall this is Elenin's tail, Earth Moon parallel to Elenin's tail. If I recall correctly, this is showing Honda as it passed under the Earth, with the Earth Moon parallel to its tail, and this is Elenin again, Elenin's tail. And we should, well, I was expecting something to begin about here and drop. Instead, 3 days prior to that, on the 3rd, September 3rd, we observed this massive speed up in the clocks, and that went through until September 4th, and then it's returned back to normal by September 6th. And between September 6th and September 7th it's been pretty much flat, and I've checked them over the last 12 hours again this morning. As you can see up here, actually it's just normal, just straight back to normal. So is this good news or bad news? Well, putting it in context, I think this is actually very good news, and the reason why is because we got the situation with the halo, which miraculously I was able to film, actually thanks to my daughter. She saw it, but I filmed it first from our car as we were driving along, and then I filmed it about 20 minutes later when we got home. And I suspect that might be what remains of Elenin, you know. I'm thinking in terms of, okay, this is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking in terms of, we had a string of earthquakes following this, and if you go to the USGS now, we'll see that the USGS is just completely quiet. This is the current situation with the USGS. Okay, we do a refresh of this page. Look at that. That's what you like to see. I mean, this is what it's normally like. It's normally just the odd earthquake, nothing really happening. You know, okay, we had one in Chile here, but it didn't shake around the world. This is USGS, and it's registering almost no earthquakes. Okay, we go to the latest earthquakes of the past 7 days, and the story is the same. This is the latest update. It's just refreshed it, and look, 4 small earthquakes today. That's it, and we are already 6 hours into the day. Yesterday, okay, we had about 15, nothing bigger than the 5.1. Wow, that's pretty good. That's what I like to see. Okay, and this is the days before, up until on September 5th we had the last of the big earthquakes, and we had a string of them that go all the way back to September 3rd. Okay, September 2nd we had these earthquakes as at times you might expect them. And September 3rd we started this rash of earthquakes popping off, which in my opinion were popping off too early for what I was expecting, and then they just stopped. It's just gone quiet, and I think this is all good news. I think they've gone up. I think, okay, I'm thinking in terms of the Hadron Collider. That was the CERN Hadron Collider, this whole thing of smashing protons and antiprotons together and supposedly finding the God particle. We've got the ISIS antimatter experiments they were doing a couple of weeks ago. We've got the giant magnet that they lifted into space not long ago. the NASA mission message, which sounded like they're only talking about one particular mission. We've got the whole thing with the DUMBs. Perhaps people are expected to go to these DUMBs if the mission was a failure. So let's do a quick update. It's not time to do it officially, but it's 2 o'clock and it's a nice time to do it. Been synchronized. It's not going to be on the charts, but this is just to show you the current situation. Okay, we appear to be a little bit ahead. This morning we weren't, but at this point in time, if I can get the clock face to show, watch face to show, we are about 4 seconds ahead of where we should be. I've got a whole bunch of new clocks here, cheap clocks, which were synchronized to the Casio yesterday, which are no longer in sync today, of course. But that's okay. I'm going to test them over 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, and calibrate to see how fast or slow they might be, and then put them in different locations. And of course, we've got a tin box here, which can be a nice Faraday cage. You can drop a clock into that. And what do we have here? A big lump of quartz. Isn't that amazing? And that is destined to find out exactly what goes on during this charging event, discharging event. See if we can measure any change in, well, figure out how to actually tap into the energy of this thing. Okay, so I'm cautiously optimistic that things are better. Maybe too early to say at this moment, but let's hope so. Okay, so I've just updated the earthquakes, tides and alignments charts with the latest earthquake data, and we're just zooming into about the present day. And I've also added, yesterday I added in the Moon-Neptune alignment and the Sun-Neptune alignment. And of course, as the things are looking at the moment, I don't think anything's actually going to happen on that alignment, because it does appear like things have really calmed down. And this is why I'm speculating that Elenin has been completely eliminated. So let's pull up the log of energy. Sun-Moon Elenin alignment. As you see, we're not anywhere near that point. The Moon-Jupiter alignment, we had, of course, these earthquakes peaking on the Jupiter alignment. Of course, the Pleiades alignment, we actually had a minimum, well, a reduction at the point of the Pleiades alignment on the 4th, and this is about the time the clocks jumped. And then we had a rash of earthquakes, which actually even occurred before the Orion alignment, and actually everything just ceased, and it's been extremely quiet. So, in my opinion, this is great news. But the clocks have sped up slightly since this morning, so okay, maybe it's too early to break out the champagne, but yes, we just keep an eye on this, and I think, yeah, something definitely big happened on the 3rd. Something along the lines of an antimatter bomb. Okay, it's crazy that may sound, but if you look at what they've been doing with CERN and antimatter and ISIS and the antimatter experiments and the magnet in space, the Pope talking to the ISIS crew a couple of months ago, it's looking like there was something going on with this, how to destroy this unusual comet or whatever it was, and perhaps they made a successful attempt at actually completely destroying it. But we could have a bit of a meteor shower coming after that, I guess, but yeah, hopefully it's small meteors and it'll just be a light show. So yeah, I'm still cautiously optimistic, so I think that things are looking up, definitely looking up. And I've got the clocks, I've got everything set, so I can keep watching this, and I'm not going to stop my observations. Now I've started this, I think the clock observations have turned out to be the most insightful. So thank you for watching, and I'll keep you updated, and please keep me updated with your clock observations, so I know I've got some sort of confirmation that what I'm seeing is the same as what other people are seeing.